Yes, sir.
Mr. Hutchison, the recent polling on the pending gun legislation before the Congress shows more than 80% of Americans support universal background checks. As a policy that your organization once supported, why is that proposal not part of your national school shooting program?
Well, you see, my organization is the National School Shield Task Force that's represented in this room. We might have one view of background checks, and obviously we.
Why did you not consider that feasible?
Because our focus is on school safety and making our schools a safer environment. That is the reason for it. Now, in terms of background checks, we all want to make sure that criminals, those that have been declared with mental issues, that they not have access, and that's a discussion in the country that will go on. While that debate goes on, we're trying to do something about school safety. Yes, sir.
I'm Bob Costantini with NBC News Radio. But you would agree that non-SRO personnel who might be carrying a gun in a school, who might be armed inside a school, along your recommendations, they should undergo an extensive background check. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yes. Yes, that's part of the recommendations, is that any school staff that's designated by the school say, we want you to be a trained armed response. They would have to go through the background checks. They would have to go through testing and screening, and then 40 to 60 hours of training. And when I say that variance, some of it, everybody comes in that situation with a different level of background and experience. So that's a very comprehensive program. Everyone should be assured that then anyone who actually is designated as an armed response has the adequate training to accomplish the task and be safe. Yes.
Nancy Cordes, CBS News. Studies show that you're far more likely to get shot if there's a gun in your home. Wouldn't the same hold true for schools if you've got not just trained guards but also school personnel wielding weapons?
You mean in terms of an accident? I want to make sure I understand your question.
An accident or an intentional shooting?
Well, I mean, one thing you know for sure is that the response time is critical. Just like Joel Myrick, the assistant principal that I mentioned, he had to go out to his truck to retrieve his gun to stop the assailant. And if you can reduce that response time, and so if you have the firearm on the presence of someone in the school that can reduce the response time, it will save lives. That is the objective. Now, one of the key elements is weapon retention, firearm retention, and how they know how to protect that and to make sure it's properly cared for during the course of the normal school day. That is a key element of the model training program that is being presented.
On that note, though, you talked about response time. As we saw in Newtown, the shooter was able to get off dozens of rounds before anyone was even able to get there. Do you think about recommending to the NRA or to lawmakers that they look at limiting magazine?
Again, in reference to Newtown, what was the first thing the school did after the incident? They got armed officers there to protect the children. It was very important for the confidence of the parents. And there they did not have a response capability. You had teachers that were giving up their lives. And so we don't want teachers to have to do that. We want to have a better response, and that's the focus of these recommendations, to give the schools more tools that they can respond quickly, reduce the loss of lives.